But in some cases, we've seen people have to leave churches because there's been false doctrine taught, and we've been in situations where we've had to help people stay in their church because they mistakenly thought that there were things that they needed to leave over, but they didn't. And this is another example of why Christians, non-professional theologians, pastors, just regular old in the pew Christians need to become somewhat of a theologian to really start thinking about these things, finding resources, reading, studying. And then I think you go back to, okay, what is the gospel?
Right.
What is the gospel? That's going to help you. If you get that right, that's going to help you locate a true church. And then among those true churches, you're going to have churches that are more or less, you might say, pure. If you are in a true church, then that's the place where you can exercise that Acts 17 discernment, that eagerness to receive, but also discernment and grow and serve and so on. And recognize that this side of heaven, there will always be differences, even among solid, sound Bible teaching churches. There'll always be differences. And some people think that they kind of decry that and say, what a shame the Christian church is so fragmented. Well, first of all, we're not as fragmented as you think. Like I said, there's core truths that we hold on. But secondly, actually, the presence of disagreements, even disagreements to the point where we're saying, you know what, as a Baptist, I can't do church with Presbyterians because I don't believe baptizing infants or whatever the issue might be. I respect them. I love them as my brother in Christ. We embrace the same gospel, but we have to do church differently. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. What it shows is actually we both really care about truth. We really care about the conscience. And this side of eternity, we're going to do church in different places. We can get together and have fellowship in other situations, but so long as this practice is in place, we need to do it in different ways. And so just to remind Christians that different denominations are not inherently an evil or bad thing. We'll all have a unified mind when we are in heaven, but as right now, denominations actually indicate in best situations, they actually indicate that Christians take truth seriously and they take the conscience seriously.